Hey there guys, and welcome back to my channel. And in this video I'm just going to quickly show you a trick to take the input in strings. So there's a getAs functions which automatically manages that space, character and stuff, but if for some reason the getAs function has been removed from C11 standard, so the more latest C compilers won't allow you to do getAs. So if your compiler doesn't allow you to use getAs, what you can do is you can just normally scanf with a change, and the change is going to be after a %s. In between that you're going to add a scanning character, and that's going to be this \n. So what's this telling to the scanf is keep taking the input in A until you have entered a \n, which is new line. So basically keep taking the input in A until you have pressed enter to insert a new line. So I'll just quickly clear the thing and show you guys by compiling it and running it. And it didn't do anything because I didn't save it. So I'm gonna compile it again and run it. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, and a new line. So as you can see, it managed the new line. It took the input till I pressed enter, and then just give me a variable value which I inputted. So if I have not used those square brackets and the \n inside them, it would have only printed me this, only A, B, C, D, and not this. So just to quickly show you guys that I'm right, I'm just gonna use this. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and as you can see, I removed those square brackets over here, and it only printed me the before space things. And instead of using printf, I have used a puts function, which is used to just put a string. So you can use a normal printf if you feel like it's fine. And now let's just carry on forward. I'm gonna paste some text over here, and then I'm going to remove this code, and what we are going to talk about now is files. So to handle files from C, or to open, close, read, write files in C, you have to use this data type file, which is basically a file pointer. It will point to a file existing in your computer, and if it's not existing and you choose the correct mode of the file opening, not the right mode, correct mode for the opening the file, it will create it. So to open a file, we use this, the pointer which we just created. We point it to a fopen function, which will basically return a file, and it has two parameters. So the first parameter is where your file is, or where you want the file to be created. So you can either enter a full path of your computer system, desktop, and test.txt. So this file path will be basically saying that inside my C folder, inside my desktop folder, there's a test.txt, or create a test.txt. And if you don't put anything over here, you just enter a file name, it is going to create a new file wherever your compiled program is kept. That is wherever your a.out file or .exe file is kept. And the second parameter is the mode. So these are different modes in which you can open the file. First is the read mode, which only allows the file to read, and it will not create a new file. It was used to just open existing files. And then there's write mode. It is only used for writing, and it will create a new file if that does not exist. Then there is append mode, and in this mode you can add data to file, and if it does not exist, it will create a file. There is the R+ mode. It will be used for read and writing, but it will not create a new file. So if you just want to read and write and not create a file, you use R+ mode. W+ mode is used for both reading and writing, and the difference between W+ mode and this R+ mode is that W+ mode will create a new file if the file does not exist. So if the test.txt does not exist, it will create that file, and when you open it, say for example test.txt had some data, it will first remove all that data, and then you can write from the file. The A+ mode also allows you for both reading and writing, just the difference is that the reading will be done from the end of the file. So if this is my file, the reading will start from here, the reading will start from the top, but the writing will start from the bottom. So that's the file mode. So we are just going to quickly open a file in the W mode, and then I'm gonna just close the file by calling the fclose function on my file pointer. So I'm just gonna save it quickly and compile it and run it, and then show you that it creates the file. So it doesn't give me any output, but if I show you this, as you can see, it created a test.txt right here. So now this is how you create a file, and now I'm just going to show you that what if you open a file and say you want to read data from file, and if the file does not exist, it should print you that file does not exist. So if the file does not exist, this fp will point to null. So we can just check, if you remember I told you how to check if the pointer points to something or not in the pointer class. So we can just check this if fp, or you can, instead of this, you can just check if fp equal to null. That's the same thing, you can do this as well. Printf file doesn't exist, new line, and then I'm just gonna end it. So right now if I quickly compile this and run this, it's not going to print me anything because the file exists. So as you can see, it didn't print me anything. But if I delete this text.txt and then I run it, it's going to say the file does not exist. And this error came because I tried to close the file, which actually does not exist. So that's why this error came. Or you can say I tried to close something which is null. So that's why this came. So pretty much what you do is, when you're mostly writing programs for file, you check if the file exists first, and if the file exists, and so you can do it, instead of this you'll do like this, else, and I'm gonna print everything inside my else, and if the file exists I'm just gonna and if I'm trying shift plus home and it's for some reason copying instead of selecting, so if my file exists I'm just gonna close. So now instead of checking fp equal to null, you will have to check fp not equal to null. So that means if file pointer is pointing to something, and as usual test.txt does not exist, I'm gonna compile it and run it. It just printed me if file does not exist instead of saying that segmentation fault error as well, because now I'm closing the file if only it exists. If it doesn't exist, I'm going to print the file does not exist. So this is the basic opening and closing of file and W mode and R mode. You can also combine one like RW mode, RA mode, or WR mode, WR plus mode. You can also do that to get features of two things. So this is pretty much it for this video, opening and closing of file. In the next video we're going to input data and read that data from the file. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have any doubts, please leave it in the comment section below. I'll be happy to help. And please subscribe my channel, because now I'm going to say that most probably at the end of every video, because I need some subscribers. And obviously if I help you, do subscribe, because I'm gonna put a lot of important stuff for programmers, not only tutorials but say important tips and tricks for beginners to go to the advanced level of coding. So anyways, I'm gonna end it here. Thanks for watching. Bye.